In other news we're following, today marks 2 years since the toxic train derailment in East Palestine. And Vice President JD Vance joined Ohio officials there today. Tonight we have team coverage for you. Our Lindsey Buckingham has spent the day in East Palestine talking to residents 2 years after that accident. And Annabelle Childers is going to be live with us as well to break down what Vance's main message was today. So Annabelle, let's start with you. What did the Vice President have to say now that he's back in Ohio for the day?
Well, good evening, Betsy. Vice President Vance started by talking about his ties here, saying the train derailment was the first real crisis that he responded to as a U.S. Senator. And next, he conveyed a message he says came directly from President Donald Trump that the current administration is with East Palestine for the long haul. Now, Vance was the first to speak. He was followed by Zeldin, the man who was just appointed to head the EPA. Zeldin says East Palestine is the EPA's, quote, highest priority. Now, Vance says the administration will push for what he calls basic common sense rail safety. He believes steps can be taken through the Rail Safety Act, a piece of legislation he championed immediately following the derailment that ultimately stalled before a vote.
You've got to inspect these cars more before they go off. You've got to better use technology to monitor when a train is about to have a catastrophic failure. These are all things that were sort of built into the infrastructure of the Railway Safety Act, and it's something we're going to keep on working on. Look, this can't happen again. It's going to be with everybody.
Now, Vance also addressed the economic impacts of the disaster. He says he spoke with residents today who own retail, oil, and gas businesses, and they're struggling to survive 2 years after the derailment. Vance says the administration will prioritize economic development in this area, though he didn't specify concrete steps on how to do that. Now, a massive push from Vance was to keep Norfolk Southern accountable to get them to pay out these settlements. And at 6 o'clock, we're going to share more on what he wants to see from the company in the following months.
All right, Annabelle Childers, thank you for joining us live from East Palestine.
Now, for the people of East Palestine, their lives have been changed forever by this derailment. Our Lindsey Buckingham spoke with a property owner who wants a full reset of a $600 million class action settlement for residents.
Eiselstein says he's watching his land investments disappear.
I'm not from here, but I own 20 acres on Jimtown Road with a house. Our property's worth zero. There's no value anymore. And I feel sorry for my neighbors here on the property that we have. They lost everything. I mean, the home is the biggest asset a person can have, and the lawyers got all the money, and we met with them, and there's been no distribution.
Ron believes it's time for a community reset.
Well, we think that the money should be revoked, the $600 million from the lawyers, and a citizen committee be put together and governed by, seen by lawyers and bankers and accountants, because we know what's best for our community.
Amid Vice President Vance's visit today, Ron says he hopes this is a moment for real change.
With this new administration, many of us voted the new administration in. I'm hoping that they would, take note and seize control of the whatever leadership we had from the past, the last few months or last few years, and operate this thing correctly. Let's get some innovation here. Let's listen to the locals.
Well, Ron and others in the community say they're tired of waiting for real relief. They say they want to see accountability, and they're ready for a fresh approach when it comes to rebuilding the community. Jay?
Lindsey Buckingham live in East Palestine. Lindsey, thank you.